is ticket 751588. 588. Congratulations, we're in good health.
You buy 5 tickets, you got a good chance.
Okay, Mary. Just point and shoot.
It's okay.
What's particularly fun about the evening, it's really a real celebration for all of us who are at the studio. It's our 35th anniversary, and what's really fun is not only having the current people who are in the studio coming and performing tonight, who have done a lot of work in our labs, and the training and all the work goes on every week at our studio for 35 years, so one day we'll wise up and stop, you know, but I mean, we somehow just keep it going, but it's really fun also because it's a reunion, and it brings together a lot of people who have been part of our history in the past. You know who you are, and I am really particularly excited always to have people like Ellen, Bob, Kevin, and all the people who have represented a lot of the work that I've done for the last 150 years. So I thank, first of all, the current members, I thank the past members for making the studio what it has become. And it's still the same, but it continues, and that is, it's a place to fall on your ass on a regular basis, to try anything and everything, and to grow as individuals and as a team. And this is just one of the things we do every year. It's our annual kind of event, celebrating Shakespeare and our anniversary every year. And we always thank the players and Mr. Edwin Booth, wherever he is, for having us and hosting us each year. And for the staff, people like Mildred Purdy, who's been our associate director since the early 70s. Is that right? No, she's not that old. I'm not that old. Since the early 90s. That's old enough. And, you know, for Jude Albert, who is our administrator and our playwright in residence, I really have to thank her. And it's a tradition the last few years to present an award. I mean, we had the raffle, that's something, right? But we always present an award to kind of say to someone, and not just someone, just one person, but to kind of say, thank you for the dedication and the work that we've seen you do in the studio. It's a special award because it represents two of our members who have passed on. We call it the John Palmore and Frank DePasquale Scholarship Award, two gentlemen who were very much a part of our studio as actors and really terrifically loyal members who have recently passed on. And in their memory, we created this award to give every year to somebody in our studio who represents the spirit of what John and Frank represented. And that was not only talent, but people who loved the art and craft of making theater and film, and who showed loyalty to the others in the studio, and who really have made a contribution, we feel. But in a way, it's really an award to everyone who's been at the studio, because it really is a team effort. And this particular person tonight follows, I think, a really nice tradition. Past members have included Juan Carlos Diaz, who's here tonight, who you'll see more of, who is one of the lovers. And we have a number of people. Unlike Tom Hanks, Juan may not win it a second time, the Oscar, but we're going to give the award tonight to to somebody we feel really is special. Somebody who's been with us for quite some time and is still alive. It says, and I'm going to read it, and I'm very proud that this is going to this particular person. It says, the Simon Studio, New York, New York, presents the John Palmore Frank D. Pasquale Scholarship Award in recognition of outstanding commitment to the art of theater and film, and exemplifying the talent, spirit, and presence of our dear friends, John and Frank. Presented on this 20th day of June, 2013. This certificate will entitle this participant in the studio to have full benefits for a 6-week scholarship period. And it's with great pride that all of us in the studio would like to present this year's John Palmore Frank D. Pasquale Scholarship Award to Miss Jennifer Yadoff.
Thank you. I love being in the studio, and I am honored to accept this award and follow the likes of Juan Carlos and everyone else. And I hope you enjoy the second act.
Thank you. And on we go the next 35 years out. In the meantime, before that, we'll finish the second act.
He that has, and a little tiny wit, with high hold the wind and the rain, must make content with his fortune's fate. Though the rain it raineth every day.
The master, the swabber, the boatswain, and I, the gunner, and his mate, love Ball, Meg Marian, and Marguerite. But none of us cared for Kate.
I will tell you why. I have of late, but wherefore I know not. Lost all my mirth. Forgone all custom of exercises, and indeed, it goes so heavily with my disposition that this goodly frame, the earth, seems to me a sterile promontory. This most excellent canopy, the air. Look you, this brave o'erhanging firmament, this majestical roof rendered with golden fire. Why, it appeareth nothing to me but a foul and pestilent congregation of vapors.
Now is the winter of our discontent, made glorious summer by the son of York, and all the clouds that lowered upon our house in the deep bosom of the ocean buried. Now are our brows bound by victorious wreaths, our bruised arms hung up for monuments, our stern allures changed for merry meetings, our dreadful marches to delightful measures. Grim-visaged war has smoothed his wrinkled front, and now, instead of mounting barbed steeds to fright the souls of fearful adversaries, he capers nimbly in the ladies' chambers like the insidious pleasings of a lute.
do give a light. No shepherdess, but floor peering in April's front. This sheep shearing well is a meeting of the petty gods, and you, the queen on it. What a piece of work is a man. How noble in reason, how infinite in faculties, in form and moving, how express and admirable in action, how like an angel in apprehension, how like a god, the beauty of the world, the paragon of animals. And yet, me, what is this quintessence of dust? Man delights not.
I, that am not shaped for sportive tricks, nor made to court an amorous looking glass. I, that am rudely stamped, and want love's majesty to strut before a wanton, ambling nymph. Cheated of feature by dissembling nature, deformed, unfinished, sent before my time into this breathing world scarce half made up, and that so lamely and fashionably that dogs bark at me as I halt by them. Why I, in this weak piping time of peace, have no delight to pass away the time, unless to descant my deformity. Therefore, since I cannot prove a lover to entertain these well-spoken days, I am determined to prove a villain and hate the idle pleasures of these days.
All the world's a stage, and all the men and women merely players. They have their exits and their entrances, and one man in his time plays many parts. At first, the infant, mewling and puking in the nurse's arms, and then the whining schoolboy, with his satchel and shining morning face, creeping like a snail unwillingly to school.
Soft you now, the fair feeding. Nymph, thy orisons be all my sins remembered.
Good my lord, how does your honor for this many a day?
I humbly thank you. Well? Well? Well?
My lord, I have remembrances of yours that I have longed to redeliver. I pray you, now receive them.
No, not I. I never gave you aught.
My honored lord, you know right well you did. And with them words of so sweet breath composed as made the things more rich, their perfume lost. Take these again. For to the noble mind rich gifts wax poor when givers prove unkind. Here, my lord.
Are you honest?
My lord.
Are you fair?
What means your lordship?
If you be honest and fair, your honesty should admit no discourse to your beauty.
Could beauty then, my lord, have better commerce than with honesty?
Aye, truly. For the power of beauty will sooner transform honesty from what it is to a bard than the force of honesty can translate beauty into his own likeness. This was sometime a paradox, but now the time gives it proof. I did love you once.
Indeed. My lord. You made me believe so.
You should not have believed me. For virtue can not so inoculate our old stock, but we shall relish of it. I love you not.
I was the more deceived.
Get thee to a nunnery. Why wouldst thou be a breeder of sinners? I am myself indifferent, honest, but yet I could accuse me of such things that it were better my mother had not borne me. I am very proud, revengeful, ambitious, with more fences at my back than I have thoughts to put them in, imagination to give them shape, or time to act them in. What should such fellows as I do between earth and heaven? We are arid knaves, believe none of us. Where's your father?
At home, my lord.
And let the doors be shut upon him, that he may play the fool nowhere but in his own house. Farewell.
Oh, help him, you sweet heaven!
If thou dost marry, I'll give thee this plague for thy dowry. Be thou as chaste as ice, as pure as snow. Thou shalt not escape calumny. Get thee to a nunnery, or if thou wilt needs marry a fool. For wise men know all too well what monsters you make of them. To a nunnery go, and quickly to farewell.
Oh, heavenly powers, restore him!
I have heard of your painting well enough. God hath given you one face, and you make yourselves another. You jig, and you amble, and you lisp. You nickname God's creatures, and you make your wantonness, your ignorance. Go to, I'll no more on it. It hath made me mad. I say, we will have no more marriage. Those that are married already, all but one, shall live. The rest shall keep as they are.
Oh, for the noble mind is here throne! The soldiers, scholars, courtiers, eye, tongue, sword. The expectancy and rose of the fair state, the glass of fashion and the mould of form, the observed of all observers. And I, of ladies most deject and wretched, that sucked the honey of his music's vows, now see that noble and most sovereign reason. Like sweet bells jangled out of tune and harsh. An unmatched form and feature of blown youth blasted with ecstasy. Oh, woe is me, to have seen what I have seen. See what I see.
And then the lover, sighing like a furnace, with the woeful ballad made to his mistress's eyebrow.
But soft, with light through yonder window breaks. It is the east, and Juliet is the sun. Arise, fair sun, and kill the envious moon who's already sick and pale with grief. That thou, her maid, art far more fair than she. Be not her maid since she is envious. Her vestal livery's but sick and green, and none but fools do wear it. Cast it off!
The clock struck 9 when I did send the nurse. In half an hour she promised to return. Perchance she cannot meet him. That's not so. Oh, she is lame. Love's heralds should be thoughts, which 10 times faster glide than the sun's beams driving back shadows over luring hills. Therefore do nimble pinioned doves draw love, and therefore hath the wind swift Cupid wings. Now is the sun upon the highmost hill of this day's journey, and from 9 till 12 is 3 long hours, yet she is not come. And had she affections and warm youthful blood, she would be as swift in motion as a ball. My words would bandy her to my sweet love and his to me. But old folks, many faint as they were dead, unwieldy, slow, heavy, and pale as lead. Oh God, she comes! Oh, honey nurse, what news? Hast thou met with him? Oh Lord, why lookest thou sad? Although news be sad, yet tell them merrily. If sweet, thou shamest the music of sweet news by playing it to me with so sour a face.
I am a-weary. Give me leave a while. Fie, how my bones ache. Oh, what a jaunt have I had.
Would thou hast my bones and I thy news? Nay, come, I pray thee. Speak. Good nurse.
Speak! Jesu, what haste! Can you not stay a while? Do you not see that I am out of breath?
How art thou out of breath when thou hast breath to say to me that thou art out of breath? The excuse that thou dost make in this delay is longer than the tale thou dost excuse. Is thy news good or bad? Say that. Answer to that. I'll stay the circumstance. Let me be satisfied. Is good or bad?
Well, you have made a simple choice. You know not how to choose a man. Romeo. Not he. Though his face is better than any man's, yet his leg excels all men's. And for a hand and a foot and a body, though they be not to be talked on, yet they are past compare. He is not the flower of courtesy, but I'll warrant him as gentle as a lamb. Go thy ways, wench. Serve God. What, have you dined at home?
No. No, but all this did I know before. What says he of our marriage? What's that?
Oh, how my head aches. Lord, what a head have I. It beats as it would fall in 20 pieces. Oh, my back. My back. Oh, my back. Oh, my back. Oh, but the other side. Oh, my back. Beshrew your heart for sending me to catch my death with jauncing up and down. Oh.
Dave, I'm sorry that thou art not well. Oh, sweet. Sweet. Sweet nurse. Tell me what says my love.
It is my lady. Oh, it is my love. Oh, that you knew she were. She speaks, and she says nothing. What of that? Her eye discourses. I will answer it. I am too bold. 'Tis not to me she speaks.
Your love says, like an honest gentleman and a courteous and a kind and a handsome and a warrant of virtuous. Where is your mother?
Where is my mother? Why, she is within. Where should she be? How oddly thou repliest. Your love says, like an honest gentleman, where is your mother?
Oh, God's lady dear, are you so hot? Marry, come up, I trow. Is this the poultice for my aching bones? Henceforward do your messages yourself.
Here's such a coil. Come, what says Romeo?
Have you got leave to go to Shrift today?
I have.
Then hie you hence to Friar Lawrence cell. There stays a husband to make you a wife. Oh, now comes the wanton blood up in your cheeks. They'll be in scarlet strait at any news. Hie you to church. I must another way to fetch a ladder, by the which your love must climb a bird's nest soon when it is dark. Oh, I am the drudge and toil in your delight, but you shall bear the burthen soon at night. Go, go, I'll to dinner. Hie you to the cell.
Hie to high fortune. Oh, honest nurse, Sigh not so, but let them go and be blithe and bonny, converting all your sounds of woe into a nonny nonny.
Think not I love him, though I do ask for him. He's but a peevish boy. And yet he talks well. But what care I for words? But words do well when he that speaks them pleases those that hear. He's a pretty youth, not very pretty, and sure he's proud. And yet, his pride becomes him. He'll make a proper man. The best thing in him is his complexion, and faster than his tongue did make offense, his eye did heal it up. He's not tall, yet for his years he's tall, and his leg is but so-so, and yet 'tis well. There be a pretty redness in his lips.